remember from my last video where I did a simple little modification to my Hellcat, got rid of the plain old SRT, and I got the updated OEM badge, SRT Hellcat badge. So yeah, that was super exciting. I'm sure for everyone to watch, super easy and quick to do. Today though, I got a super exciting modification to do. The exhaust note on this thing is freaking amazing. I mean, I'll start out with saying that. I love how it sounds. But just like my wife's Durango, I am probably going to do a mid-muffler delete on this too. So it's going to make the exhaust note a little more pronounced. Maybe some cracks and pops. See what happens. Anyways, once I do that, the stock intake, it's probably not going to be my supercharger. It's probably not going to be as whiny as it is now, you know. And already, I mean, you know, the stock intake whine, I mean, you hear it. I'm probably going to find a stock sound. I mean, I literally just picked this thing up, so it's not like I had time to drive around town and do the stock sound. But I think I got like a highway little miniature 75% throttle pull or something like that, 60 to 90, or I don't know. I'll probably post that up in this video. But once I do the exhaust change up and everything, the exhaust is going to be a lot louder. That means that the supercharger whine is going to be a lot quieter. So since I knew I was going to do that beforehand, I decided to talk to some companies regarding intake. And the company I reached out to was Leg Maker, and I also reached out to Bwoody Performance. Bwoody has a ton of aftermarket parts for your Hellcat and other high-performance vehicles. Carbon fiber drive shafts, larger injectors, I don't know, you name it. Go check out the website, give them a call, whatever. But in short, I contacted Leg Maker. They never got back to me. I contacted Bwoody, and with Bwoody, I was able to come to some type of agreement to where they sent me out an intake. Leg Maker, I think, makes pretty nice intakes because they've got like a carbon fiber piping. I think that looks pretty slick. But Bwoody, actually what they did, and I guess you can do this with all their intakes, they powder coated my intake white, so matches the engine bay of the Hellcat. It's a freaking nice pearl white. I don't know if you can see how nice that looks, but yeah, so powder coated my intake white. I am gonna pull it out of the box. I've been talking for 3 minutes, so I think I should do you guys a cold start. I actually drove my Hellcat earlier today, and then I was busy. But anyways, let's give it a start. Anyways, don't like running the car for like 30 seconds and shutting it off, but whatever. This interior is stupid clean. I love it. Where's the hood latch? Where you hiding at? Of course, when I'm filming, makes it tough to find. Let's move this a little bit. So anyways, there's the beast, freaking 700 plus horses. What I'm going to do is take my stock air box, remove this shiz out, throw in the Bwoody, and then we're going to see the big difference. I think it's gonna get insanely whiny, if you know what I mean. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna go ahead and open up this box, and then I'll film and show you guys what the Bwoody intake looks like. And then what I'm gonna do is set up my tools a little bit and get ready on unbolting this thing. And to be totally honest, I haven't watched any videos on how you do this or whatever, but it looks pretty village proof. Bolt here, and unplug this, obviously, unbolt that. Should be pretty stupid easy. So let's get started. Okay, so as promised, guys, got the box open for you. I'm gonna show you what's inside. Before we go any further, just got this knife sent in from another one of my sponsors, actually, Gerber Gear. They make a ton of sick products: knives, axes, camping stuff, hunting stuff, you name it, fishing stuff. This is from their line spine or vertebrae knives. The difference, it's a fixed blade. Difference is size. One is a little bigger than the other. Super nice handle, like grippy. I like that a lot. And of course, not that it was designed for me to use this, but why not incorporate it in the video? Opens boxes real nice too. But it's super nice. It's got a good clip, solid clip. When you put the knife in, you know that it's seated properly because it'll clip in actually. And then you got a, you know, pocket holder, belt holder, pant holder, whatever. Super big, so it slides in nice and deep. Pretty sick. Anyways, what we got here looks like the instructions. I may or may not need to use these. We got a little extension, wiring extension to this right here, I believe. Of course, the intake, powder coated white, super nice. Super nice filter, whatever. We got the rain shield here, because what I will be doing, removing this out. We've got a vent from the hood. If it rains, you don't want it to get sucked in by the intake into the engine, obviously. So rain shield, we got the intake. It's all powder coated white, like I said previously. Looks amazing, man. Super excited. Can't wait to get this pup in. Yeah. Gonna gather my tools and get busy taking apart the old system. Okay, so real quick, unbolted this sensor right over here. Unbolted the 3 Phillips heads. Pull this off just like that. Got one of these high-class filters. I don't know if this is OEM or if it was added later, but I'm gonna throw it right onto the stock box. Got this guy right here. Apparently this is hard as heck to pull out, or I think this part right there. I'm gonna unbolt this guy. Looks like a 10 or maybe a 12, and rip this part out. It's pretty self-explanatory, and I'm not exactly sure yet. Like I said, I didn't read the instructions if I gotta unplug anything over here, but I'm about to find out. Alright, cool. Stay tuned. Anybody who's interested, I like using millimeter tools, but I was too lazy to pull out my actual toolbox, so I found this in my little handy dandy Harbor Trash toolbox. 5/16 actually fits on this pup perfectly. So what I'm gonna do is just hand ratchet it off and then finish her off. Perfect. Get the rest of it off with my hand. Okay. Slap this right there. This thing should lift right out. Although, if you can see, it's still connected to this, so we are going to have a little bit of a problem. I'm gonna have to, oh, I think it's these clips right here. Actually, I tightened these and then the whole tray should come out. But I'm gonna have to stop filming. You guys get the gist of things. Giving you guys a little update. Yeah, no, I fast forwarded quite a bit. Anyways, got a 10mm, loosened up this bolt here from the coil pack. Unplug this thing from the old one. I had to grab one of these rubber grommets, stick it into the new Bwoody intake, and then I had to take this part right here while having my hand inside the intake and holding some pressure. I pushed this piece in so it's nice and snug. Tightened up the chip, whatever the heck it was, map sensor, I don't know what the heck these things are called. You guys know what I'm talking about. And got them hand tight, and then I just tightened it a little bit more with a proper size screwdriver. Then what I did was pop this pup in, aligned it so I could bolt it into the coil pack. It's sitting in nicely. Got this guy tightened up. Got this guy tightened up to the intake. Next piece of the puzzle is I gotta come here and push this red thing out. I think I might have to read the instructions on this, or I think I need 2 hands. But anyways, I'm unplugging this guy, and then I gotta come over here and take the extended wiring harness that they sent me and plug it into this existing harness connection and somehow tuck it in here neatly. So once I do all that, all I gotta do is attach the little rain guard that keeps the rain from falling onto here and getting sucked into the engine. So all in all, it's a pretty dang easy installation. Didn't have to read any instructions. Although, if this doesn't pop off nice and easy, I might read the instructions on this. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty Village Idiot proof. Can't wait to hear. Here's the finished product. So, it was pretty easy. All I had to slide was the red tabs this way. And plugged in the old harness into this new harness supplied by Bwoody. And plugged that in right here. I ended up zip tying the new and old harness together just a little bit so that it wouldn't get close to the pulley belt. All super simple. And then I just made sure everything else was nice and tight and out of the way, clean. And then I was left to install the rain shield. As you can see, it's on right now. Reused one of the factory bolts from the old intake, and then this was supplied here. Now what I probably should have done or could have done was put this washer underneath the plastic here and bolted it, plastic washer underneath. It would look cleaner. That's honestly probably what I'm gonna end up doing. But the hole was, I don't know what that guy was filming. The hole over here in the plastic, there was no hole here, so I ended up taking one of these cone drill bits. And I don't know how I got pretty dang lucky, but I drilled it perfectly matched the other hole. So the only thing left to do, wipe up the new intake, the little grease that I may have put on it. I touched everything, made sure everything else was tight. And that's it, man. That's the Bwoody installed on the Hellcat. Sheesh. So picked up the Hellcat on Sunday. Right? No, picked up the Hellcat on Saturday. Installed the new badge on Sunday. And here we are Monday night. Granted, I had my Bwoody intake over here since, actually showed up on Saturday, believe it or not. So when I got back with the car Saturday night, I could have done it, but obviously I was way too exhausted. So this mod was just chilling here. I just didn't show you guys the mod in the last video because I was trying to keep you guys in suspense, you know. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly, but anyways, it's a pretty sick mod. Next clip I'm going to show you is what it sounds like now. I'm expecting it to scream a little bit, but we shall see. All right, thanks for watching.